Hey guys, Skittlerampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So we're back with trending Funko Pop news, and we have 7 Funko Pops going up in value. Now, today we have some pretty good choices, and I want to thank everybody who did submit something over on Instagram. And as always, guys, if you want to see more of these videos, or maybe like a downtrend version, drop a comment down below of a Funko Pop you've noticed going up or down in value. Oh, and of course, if you're enjoying these trending value videos, make sure to hit the like button down below. It lets me know you want more. Now, before we continue on, I do want to ask the question of the day, which is, do you have a Funko Pop or character in your collection that you kind of want to see more pops of, that they maybe don't have a ton, or maybe one that doesn't even have a pop just yet? But I'm actually going to go with Aizen here specifically. I would love to see him in the throne. Like, I think that would make such a cool little like pop deluxe. Okay, so like I mentioned before, we do have a couple interesting ones today. The first one is actually a dinosaur. So we do actually have Jurassic Park's Brachiosaurus here. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive, estimated value around $60. You can see where it kind of jumped up from that kind of $30, $35 range up to $60. Recent sales were around $100, $100, $150 best offer accepted, so a little bit lower. And then we also had a $70 sale there at the bottom. And then current listings of what I could find over on eBay. There's a few though. We do have a $54 buy it now, as well as a $100, $140, and then another $100 one. Now, I won't lie, this one's pretty interesting just because I wasn't expecting it to gain value like it. Like, initially people were interested in it. And then someone in my Discord was mentioning that it was actually at a discount store at one point for around $13. So it's crazy to see it, you know, selling for around $100 at this point. Though a little bit at the same time, I'm not too surprised. Jurassic Park is huge. Pretty much every movie they put out for that franchise makes so much money, it's not even funny whether the movie's good or bad. People just love dinosaurs. And every once in a while, a pop in the set will randomly go up, so I guess it's just this one. Next up for Stranger Things fans, and not too surprised that some pops in the set are going up. There's a few different ones you could definitely keep an eye on, but the one we have today is a Max at the Cemetery here. So estimated value around $50. You can see where it kind of jumped up at the end of this year. Definitely leading up to the current season. So we do have some sales around $115, $99, $64, and $63. And then current listings are kind of all over a little bit. Like, there are a couple lower ones out there, but there's also a lot of higher ones nearing the $100 range. So this one's definitely getting up there. It is a common still though, so it's always possible it will restock. Do keep that in mind. Funko could very well bring this back if they see a demand for it. Like I said though, there's a few different Stranger Things pops that are going up in value now, given we are in the final season finally. So many people have been waiting for this show to end. It's very hit or miss though right now with the final season. Like, a lot of people are enjoying the episodes, a lot of people are saying the writing's very poor. It's just not very well put together. Let me know what you guys think about the latest season. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I've just been hearing a good mix of both everywhere. Now, another fun one comes from the Avatar movie here, and we have Toruk, Makto, Jake Sully, I think I said that right, but estimated value around $47 there. Recent sales have ranged as low as $24 all the way up to $95. Then we had some mixed sales in there at $55 and $32. And then we also had some current listings around $48 up to $95 with $75, $92 sales. So this one's definitely jumped up a lot, obviously due to the latest movie. They might not have even made a ton of stock of these, to be honest. I think, did they make a Way of the Water set? I can't remember. I know they made like the first movie. They might have made Way of the Water now that I think about it. And they'll probably make more pops from the new Fire and Ash movie later this month. We already just got an LE pop over at the Funko shop, so I'm sure more is coming. Now, as far as this Jake Sully kind of like pop ride though, I don't think I really saw any of the other ones jumping up. I think this one's just starting to dry up a little bit, and people are actively looking for merchandise right now, so they're picking it up. Let me know if you guys do own any of the Avatar pops though. Next up for my anime fans, from Jujutsu Kaisen, we have a Toji Fushiguro here. So this is a Funko Shop exclusive Toji. This is where he was like possessed in Shibuya. So this one on Pop Price Guide still has an estimated value around $15, though you can see recent sales there have been ranging from $30 to $40. And then current listings are roughly around that. And then we have some high listings around $70 too. So this one's actually drying up a lot. I don't think, as far as when it initially dropped, there was a ton of stock this one. Like, I don't think it had like 20, 25,000 stock like some of the other exclusives out there. I think this was a little bit in the lower stock range. I think, was it? Like, for some reason, the number like 7,000, 8,000 is screaming at me, but I don't think it was that low. It might have been like 10 to 12. If anybody can remember the exact number that was going around, let me know. But anyways, Currently, it's sold at the Funko shop. We did just have the Jujutsu Kaisen Execution movie. So everybody who went to see that did see, you know, Toji in action again in the movie because it basically recaps Shibuya, essentially. So we saw a little bit of Toji, and they're not much in the movie. But other than that, I think he just doesn't have a lot of stock going around right now, so it's like making the value kind of creep up. But genuinely, other than those things I just mentioned, there's no real reason as to why he would go up. Like, nothing's happening with Toji right now. I just think it's mostly that there's little stock out there. So it's probably a good idea to buy Toji right now as we ramp up the hype towards Jujutsu Kaisen Culling games very soon here. And again, that new JJK movie that just hit theaters is also creating a lot of hype. So if you can find a deal on Toji, it's probably best to grab him now. Of course, though, it's always possible. Funko Shop exclusive, Funko could print more if they see the demand. Next up for FNAF fans, we have the Marionette Hot Topic exclusive. Estimated value on Pop Price Guide, $24. It hasn't been updated in a while, though. Recent sales have ranged from as low as $22, though it did have $22 shipping to note from Canada, so that higher shipping definitely accounts in that sale. Then we also had a $35 sale, $45, and $30, and then current listings are relatively around the same. So I would say this is roughly around a $40, $45 piece in my opinion, you know, just based off the sales and listings currently. So it's a little bit up there, though, you know, Hot Topic actively restocks a lot of their stuff too, so it's always possible, but it might not happen for a while, if anything. We also have the FNAF movie hype right now, obviously. I do actually want to go see the second FNAF movie. Let me know if it was good. I saw the critic score is super low. I mean, not that I really ever trust Rotten Tomatoes to begin with. I just always check because it's, you know, interesting to see where they land and where audiences land. But the audience score is like almost 90%, I think, last time I saw. So seems like the fans are really loving it. And honestly, I feel like even if you're like a heavy critic and you're like trying to find the inner meaning of this movie, that's not really a movie for that. This movie is just meant to have fun and like maybe get a little scared, and just, it's about animatronics that, you know, like get possessed. Like, there's really not too much to read into that. Like, of course it can still be a bad movie if it's not like a good adaptation or faithful to the lore. But sometimes with certain movies, I feel like critics might just be looking way too into it, and you just need to have fun with certain ones. However, I'm not really a big FNAF fan, so I'm not sure if they're being 100% true to the lore. Like, I just kind of like the movies because they're fun to watch for the most part. They're a little cringy, but they're fun to watch. Moving on to the Owl House Funko Pops, we do have a one in that set that's actively rising right now, which is the King Chase. Estimated value around $48, and the recent sales were all around that range roughly, and then we did have one high sale back in October. So current listings do range around $50 to $75 there. So this one's kind of interesting because I think one of the few places that I saw has it like on pre-order for like a second wave is Entertainment Earth. Every other one states January, but King has like a back order right now. So that usually means people are ordering a lot of them, so they need to get more. I'm not sure if restocks will actually end in January, because sometimes Entertainment Earth says that and then they keep pushing out the date and sometimes it never comes. This seems like a set they might restock just because it's relatively new, and maybe the demand was a little higher than they expected and they're, you know, getting a second wave out. So don't go too crazy with King because it could always happen. If a restock doesn't happen, then I could very well see him going up more in value. Okay, final pop today comes from DC Comics, and we have Harleen Quinzel, the comic cover here. Estimated value $21, has not been updated in a while on Pop Price Guide. Recent sales have ranged as low as $18 up to $40, and then current listings are in the $36 to $50 range there. So that one $18 sale is most likely due to, you know, Pop Price Guide not being updated, you know, not actively tracking this one, so someone probably sold it low. And as you can see, it was scooped up compared to some of these other, you know, higher sold listings. And every other listing I've seen for the most part has been around $30 and up. As far as the particular reason as to why she's going up, I'm not seeing a ton of them, you know, between different marketplaces, which for these videos, I'm usually checking eBay, whatnot, and Mercari for the most part. So yeah, I'm just not really seeing a lot out there, but I don't really know another reason. Not much is happening with Harley Quinn right now, so I don't know. I think it's just drying up stock is driving up the price is my best guess with this one. But if you guys see another reason, let me know. Well, guys, that wraps up another trending Funko Pop news episode. Those were 7 more Funko Pops that are going up in value. Make sure to let me know in the comments below if you guys do own any of these in your collection. I do want to thank you so much for watching today's video. Hit the like button down below if you did enjoy, and subscribe and click that notification bell for more. I do want to go ahead and end off the video here by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.